so I haven't been able to do any Gazza's World Media. I lost my voice completely. Well, that's not very sympathetic, is it? Let's just do a quick one today, because this is just not going to work, eh? So what I'm going to do is cue titles.
That'll get you for that.
So this week, realistically, this... Come on, get it, come on. I'm really not well, you know. I've even been given Manuka native New Zealand honey for my throat, by my voice box. Even I feel like laughing. So all this week I'm going to do is say what I'm going to be doing next week if my voice is back. So, it's going to be digital central banking. It seems to be all over the internet. So, without any further ado, let's have a look at a few little reels.
My final question is about digital currency.
Yep.
Do you think it's inevitable, and what would its effects be?
CBDCs are inevitable, and they're scary. They're super scary because it's the final absolute realm of control. I mean, they're already removing cash from society because once the money's completely digital, then they control everything you do with it. They control where it goes, but they can also control how and when it can be spent. Imagine some terrible future dystopian society where your money arrives and they say it can only be spent on food, or it can only be spent on vegetables because you had too much meat this week, or you can't buy transport to a particular area because there's resistance to government oppression in that area. So your money won't work for trains right now because nobody can go down there because we don't want everyone in a large group. We want everyone at home in their pods. And they can track everywhere it goes, and they can also track how it's spent, and they can control how it's spent. They can put a time limit on it. You have an hour to spend this money. It's scary. Like, think of all the ways they can inflict control over it.
Every single major media news outlet is going to lie to your face and tell you that we need central bank digital currency to save us, but that is just plain false. It's the central banking system that caused this mess to begin with, and now they want more control. We do not need or want any central bank digital currency. We must resist this and not believe the mainstream media.
I think all our society is run by insane people for insane objectives. You know,
Yeah.
And I think that's what I sussed when I was 16 and 12 way down the line, but I expressed it differently all through my life. It's the same thing I'm expressing all the time, but now I can put it into that sentence that I think we're being run by maniacs for maniacal ends, you know. If anybody can put on paper what our government and the American government, etc., and the Russian, Chinese, what they are actually trying to do, you know, and what they think they're doing, I'd be very pleased to know what they think they're doing. I think they're all insane.
So, that's just food for thought, that's all. I'll have a look at it in depth next week. I say these are just ordinary people, so who knows? I do think it's a little bit scary, I have to say, but we will see, won't we? Now, what else can I think about talking about before I lose my voice again? I've even got some good old-fashioned English polos. I'm going to leave you with a couple of moves because that's all I've got in me this week. I even missed last week. So that's it. You better be cut. Shut up, you. Mr. Producer. You want me to say what? Lick my chocolate salty balls. What the hell's that? Oh, Isaac's from South Park. Very funny. Ta-da, folks.
Suck on my chocolate salty balls. Stick 'em in your mouth and suck 'em. Yeah! Suck on my chocolate salty balls. They're high in fiber, good for you. So suck on my balls. They're high in fiber. Oh, go, Blondie.